Okay. So,
Hello.
hello. So we're starting our webinar. So can you turn off your microphones for now? And then during the webinar, you can ask questions. And also at the end, we will have like a separate session for Q&A. Okay, so I'm still at work, so I will start the meeting and then I'll join maybe closer to the end as well again. Okay, so let's move on. So for 5 minutes, I will just introduce the speaker, and then the speaker will be kind of presenting for 45 minutes approximately. Okay, so kind of we had a small talk and networking for 10 minutes, but it was a bit silent. So here webinar start and ground rules for 5 minutes, so it won't be long. Then there will be a presentation by Ernar for 45 minutes, Q&A session for approximately 5 minutes. Yes, sometimes we're a bit flexible, but we're keeping our webinar format to 1 hour. And then end of webinar announcements of upcoming events. And then I'll tell you PDU code for this meeting. Yes. So if you want to support your PMP certification, then it's a good idea to attend our webinars and collect your PDUs. Okay. Also, before I continue, it's better if you rename yourselves with the first and last name, so that if you have any questions related to this webinar, I can kind of find you among the participants. So these are the ground rules. So make sure that your microphones are muted when you're not speaking. Unmute them when you're asking questions and participating in Q&A session. So this webinar will be recorded and made available to the PMI Finland homepage soon. And the PDUs will be presented at the conclusion of the webinar. Yes, so if you're looking for the PDUs, please stay to the end. Okay, so brief introduction of Ernar. He is a project manager specialist with expertise in modern typesetting systems such as TYpst and Overleaf that he will be talking today. And he has a lot of experience in helping project managers, team leaders, and organization transition from traditional document tools to sophisticated project documentation systems. And he's specializing in these both platforms such as TYpst and Overleaf, with particular focus on integrating artificial intelligence tools to enhance productivity while maintaining professional standards. Yes, so I mean, this whole year is about AI and probably upcoming years. So we're trying to satisfy this need about knowing more about AI. Okay. And that was kind of brief introduction from me. And before we start, are there any questions, quick questions? No? Okay, Ernar, please, can you start sharing your screen?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nurhat. I have asked for permission. So I will share my screen instead of a window. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you, the team. Thank you, Nurhat, for giving me the opportunity. I'd like to express my gratitude for that. And I will present, and I will try to do this presentation as practical as possible, and as short as possible. So first lesson that I wanted, not the lesson, but the recommendation that I wanted to hear from me, that I record every meeting, every conversation I have. As a project managers, we are sometimes are blamed for bureaucracy, but who cares? I record everything, and I highly recommend you to draw your attention to Notion, which is a program for every for everything actually. So I'm presenting you my my window. I'm trying to have a start transcribing of my speech, but sometimes the microphones are fighting for the access. Okay, now it's working because one microphone is set up with Zoom, and the other if with Notion. Notion is a famous program for database savings of the materials, documents, but database of everything in your project, etc. So first lesson, first recommendation is record everything, transcribe everything, not only Zoom meetings, because professional Zoom also have inbuilt capabilities to have minutes of meeting. Yeah, I hear some noises, so if you could just mute your microphones. We will have time for questions. So I will present. I'm using during my presentation, I'm using TYpst for presentation. I'm not using PowerPoint because I hate PowerPoint. I hate Microsoft Word. I hate Microsoft Excel. I will do anything to not open it and to use some other instruments. So today I'm going to present my findings of which have changed my life actually, because all my early career I was involved in preparing documents, in preparing presentations, reports, and due to my inability to focus on small things, I usually get in trouble when I miss some header, miss some page numeration. I mean, it's very hard to track all the small details in the documents, especially if you are in a hurry. So I get in trouble a lot for that. So that's where AI came into the scene. And I'm very grateful for AI because it made my life so easier, much easier. And before this meeting, I sent to Nurhat, and he should have sent you the PPT file, the PDF file with my presentation, because I want you to see. Actually, before we start, just please pay attention, to take a look and pay attention to the fonts, to the numbering, to the layout, because it's very important. That's what I wanted to introduce to you. There's a content of table of content, which is linked to the real pages. So if I click on this 10 page number, I will go to the 10 page number, page number 10. I mean, it will all, everything is cross-linked, everything is perfect. This number never changed. During my early career, I prepared PowerPoints, and I usually get in trouble with page number 2 and then were page number 5. And I couldn't detect it because I was too focused on the content. And people don't read the content. They read the small details and they disgrace your work. They try to disapprove your work due to some minor flaws in the formulas, in the fonts, in the tables. And instead of that, I opened for myself, I opened the possibilities of using TYpst. TYpst is an app which we are looking at right now. And I'm gonna switch to the page. But before that, first of all, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Enar. I'm a PMP trainer. I'm an AI trainer. And I'm an AI enthusiast because everywhere I go, I speak about AI. We need more AI, and people are so tired of my AI speeches. So they are asking, "What's the real tools and instruments you can show us? Nobody wants to hear about ChatGPT, AGI, etc. People want real examples of what we can do, how we can make our lives a little bit easier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will show you some results of my findings. But before that, I want to put your attention to this article, which is a very powerful article about status of artificial general intelligence. And according to this article, we will have AGI, which is which is gonna be a breakthrough in human history, the most important exploration in human history. And we expect it to arrive in 2027-28. But we cannot wait. We need to make our life easier right now. So the key findings in this article, which I'm referring to you, and you can read it in the documents I have already sent to the organizer, and they should have sent it to you. So that's GPT-6 is prognosed in 2028, maybe earlier, because we just got to GPT-5, and people are already complaining about how stupid the GPT-5 is, and they want GPT-4 to be back, which is stupid itself, I think. GPT-7, we're expecting maybe in 2030, and it will be much more bigger, much more powerful. There is a energy shortage, which is going to be due to a lot of AI chips. We are expecting some breakthroughs in algorithms which will increase AI and make it smarter. And if anything goes like this speed, so AI will be everywhere, in every iron, in every refrigerator, in every microwave oven. So there will be a plateau in 2028, 2032, but I think it will be much earlier, because right now we are on the early stages of introduction of artificial intelligence on the full scale. Nobody can predict what it will bring us, but it's already expected. This term, overpromised, underperformed. So we have to be prepared, but I think we can use AI right now. And to use AI right now, it's not only using ChatGPT. We all use ChatGPT. I can show you my window of ChatGPT, which I'm using Pro version. So we all rely on ChatGPT, but what about the documents? What about the presentation? What about the real stuff? So right now you are on the screen, you are seeing the TYpst app, which is a modern markup-based typesetting systems. So on the left side, you see the code, which is it's not easy. I think you are scared by the foreign letters, and it looks like a code of Java or Python or C#, etc. It is what it is. It is what it looks like. It's a programming language for preparing the documents, and it was before AI. It was too higher level for regular users to use it. I opened it, I explored it after AI was introduced, and it lowered the threshold of usage, so everybody can use it. For example, you can see my presentation. This presentation was made like in 30 seconds. I even didn't really check it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So what's the way to use it? What's the way to use it? Every slide is separated by the... Okay, let me show you. it was wrong file. Every slide is separated by the heading. So it's the last slide, which is I want to add more slides, for example. And especially, actually, what admires me the most about TYpst, it's neatness and accuracy of the documents. For example, there is a bibliography, which is not very common in the corporate environment, which I think is a huge misunderstanding. Every document should have a bibliography, because we have to check all the sources that you are using during your presentation. And you see the number one. If I click on number one, we go to the part of the text where this citation was introduced. And I think it's a very useful thing to do, and it makes my heart warmer when I see the documents which people introduce to me. I respect them. I trust them more if I see the sources of the results, of their conclusions. So that's why I love TYpst, and I wanted to show you how easy to make new slides in TYpst. So I need to open the last part of on the right side, you see PDF file. On the left side, you see the code. So for example, I want to open new chapter. Actually, I forgot to include one instrument that I want to introduce to you. It's it is called TYpst Planner. You may ask, what's the difference between this way of working and PowerPoint? In PowerPoint, I should have been worried about the fonts, about the numbering. So I have to check which is it real fourth section of the document, or is it misguided document? Numeration is breaking and it's wrong. So about TYpst Planner. So I have to make a couple of slides about TYpst Planner. So what is it? And that's where I rely on ChatGPT to, okay, just a second. Here. So I'm opening ChatGPT. I'm opening a new chat. I paste the text, the code that I wanted to ChatGPT to make some slides for me. And the prompt is make bullet list of TYpst Planner features and what else? Abilities and tools. I'm not sure what will be generated, but let's see. It's research and web. Okay, only 2 bullets. So I take these bullets, I install it into the slides, and that's it. I don't have to check the files. I see this is the fonts. I don't have to check the fonts, because the fonts already set by the program, and the fonts and the formatting and the numbering, it's always the same, I don't have to pay attention to that at all. I have to pay attention to the content of the PowerPoint presentation. I have to think about the structure, etc. So for me, it was a discovery, it was a revelation, and I want you as a project manager to take it for your project. Maybe it's free. The best part of the TYpst application, it's online, it's free. There are some limitations, but even though it's cheap. It's cheap if there is a pro version. I have pro version, which is because I love TYpst. TYpst is a startup. Which created by 2 programmers who were disappointed with the modern PowerPoint, Word, Excel, etc. And it's much more powerful than just PowerPoint presentation. It's just a presentation that I want you to start with, but I can show you the other documents that I'm using in my everyday routine. For example, reports. Let me show you the report. Give me some time. I forgot where it is. For example, I'm not sure if it's the same what I wanted to show you. Okay, it's some general document which I prepared in Russian, and the same principle. You have on the left the data, the content, and the program takes care of the formulations of the numbering, of the header, of the fonts, etc. So I have to rely and work on the content instead of some formatting and checking the numbering, checking the headers, etc. Let me show you some other documents. Okay, I have seen some. I've seen some interesting documents for your attention. Schedule. What else? Instagram posts, mini book, schedule, crossword. Okay. I'm going to show you some examples of what can you do with these types software. For example, the crossword. I'm not sure if the Zoomer, if you young people know what crossword is, but I'm using it for trainings during my PMP preparation. I prepared some crosswords, and TYpst is perfect for that. You can prepare it, and it's always the correct way. All the letters are in place, etc. So if you are a big fan of crossword like I am, so it's one of the use cases. The other use case is preparing cheat sheets. For example, there's a PMP cheat sheet with the formulas for PMP preparation, tools, inputs, outputs, etc. If you're a PMP trainer, you should consider the other ones. Okay, CV is not working. There is a schedule. There is some celebration card for example, this is for construction day worker. I have prepared it. I'm downloaded in PNG file. I have posted it in Instagram and Facebook. I got a lot of likes and comments because, of course, you can use Canva for that. You can use Adobe and Photoshop and whatever Creative Studio for that, but I like it, and I can change it very easy. So I copy the code into the ChatGPT and I ask the prompt, change it. Oh, sorry. Change it to project manager day, which is in, I believe, project manager day is in October, I think. I have a misspelling of this word change, but I think it will understand what I'm trying to say. It knows the code, so you don't have to learn the code in deepest details. You have to be just partially aware what the code is, and the more you use this application, the more proficient you become. So you copy the code into the And there's a congratulations to all project manager of Kazakhstan. 3 languages, Kazakh, Russian, and English, which is very common in my country. There's a book which I wrote. It's not a book. It's a short story. And don't look at the cover. The cover is not the part of the. But look at the pages. For example, for me, it's very useful, and I want to publish some books, some stories which I write, which I love to write. Okay, that's another example. Some example on scheduling. If you were preparing some schedule for your class, if you are in the university or school, you can ask ChatGPT, and moreover, you can download your ICS file from calendar and just import it, and prepare maybe make some changes and use a PDF to download it and using it for your purposes. Okay, that's some examples I wanted to share with you, and I hope it will be useful for you. Okay, let me get back to the presentation. It was a part where I talk about TYpst. I love TYpst, but it's too young. Actually, TYpst is too young. It's like 5 years old, so not many. ChatGPT still is learning it. Claude still learning it. But there is a cure for that. And the cure I call it's Overleaf. Overleaf is my second love, which I'm using on a daily basis. It's a cloud-based platform for writing, editing, and publishing documents. I'm going to show you what it's capable of. It's the same type of software. It's free. So these are my projects, which are the commercial proposals. I'm a businessman, interpreter. I'm a writer. I'm trying to write some books. I'm preparing CVs and a lot of documents, a lot of reports, a lot of presentations. You can ask what's the difference between TYpst and Overleaf. There is a difference. TYpst more beautiful. Overleaf is more for scientific, for mathematical documents. For example, you see it's not very round and the colors are too bright, so it's not very beautiful as TYpst, but it has some privileges, some advantages. For example, there is a huge part of the templates. For example, CVs, calendars, articles, bibliography, books, if you want to write books, letters. I'm going to show you the CVs. This is a trick I'm using every event where I'm speaking. There is a type of CVs that you can choose whatever you like. I like this type of CVs. So it's a template. I'm opening this template in Overleaf. It's free. On the left side, there is a code. On the right side, there is a result in PDF file. There is a AI support, but I'm not using it. So how to use it, how to make it useful for your purposes. I'm just copying the code from the template. I'm pasting it into the ChatGPT, and the prompt is make the same for me and my name. I don't know why. Maybe it will be more understandable for ChatGPT. We have some history. He or she, it knows a lot about me. So let's wait and see. I didn't include any particular information about my education, about my work, what I do, about languages. but ChatGPT knows everything about me. Let's see what would be the input and how it will be generated. 33 seconds. There's a code. I don't have to change it. It's already should be some perfect results. We just have to wait. Really, guys, it makes my life so easier, so much easier. Once we have a tendering procedure, bidding, and I have to prepare 50 CVs of my team, and we spend some like 20 minutes. Every CV was different from different sources, so we just automate it and make it the same style, the same type of information. It was uniformal, and the client was very impressed. Okay, almost done. Wait a little bit longer. There's a part for languages. Okay, it's done. It's ready. So we just input it into the left part of the window, and I press compile, and there is a mistake. I'm sorry. What's the mistake? Photo. Okay, I don't have a photo. I have to find it's a PNG file or JPEG. String 66. No. Just a second, guys. I'm sorry. No, it should be PNG file. Photo. 66. Okay, let me try. Your solutions. Here I see it, photo R. So I just commented. It should be working right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a short introduction. But you got the idea. I'm sorry. It used to work. I don't have time to change the code. I have to. That's one of the main drawbacks. If you don't understand how it works, you have to go back and forth with ChatGPT and asking, for example, remove photo. It will be easier. It will be faster for me. The same CV without photo. Okay, we are learning something. If I have like 5 minutes, I will not 5 minutes, like 2 minutes of deep work. I would remove it, but when I speak, my brain doesn't brain, so we have to rely on ChatGPT. Meanwhile, I can do my other work, or I can test. I can use another chat, for example, Claude or Grok or Meta AI or Gemini. I can use it simultaneously, which will increase my productivity in several. Okay. Let's see attempt number 2. That was supposed to be a simple exercise, but I forgot there is a image for that image included in the code. So slow. Even it doesn't work, I will send you the CV in the follow-up email, so you can see what it was supposed to be. But I think this time it will work. We have to wait for the ending of the ChatGPT. Okay, it's ready. It's finished. I'm replacing the code. And another mistake. Okay, I don't have time for that. That was simple introduction, and I will show you how this was looked when it was successful. I have already did that trick. So I'm gonna show you the 3 days ago. I generated it, and it was perfect, but it's in Russian. So it looks like that. It was the same route, I just included template in the ChatGPT prompt, and it worked perfectly last time, but this time it didn't work, and that's why I'm showing you some other examples. The other examples would be, let me show you. The other examples would be, for example, my book, which has already been published. I'm a starting author of small stories books, and I put a lot of effort in formatting, in presentations, in how my book look like. I'm not using ChatGPT for writing some text, because it's soulless and useless, but I'm using ChatGPT and Overleaf to prepare the perfect printouts. So my publisher is in love with this document as well as I am. So that's my book. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay, guys, we are a little bit short in time. So as a project manager, I wanted to show you some other examples, some other tools which we can use in everyday life. For example, there's a tool which is called Goblin Tools. That's not my discovery. I have seen this instrument in the blog from Ricardo Vargas. Ricardo Vargas is, we are, as a project manager, we all know Ricardo Vargas and his work. He's doing a great job. So he has introduced this instrument for me, and there is a magic to do. It's free for use, and you can break down everything, every project that you are having, every action you are having. If you want to write a book, you can divide it. If you want to construct a bridge, I'm sorry, there's a lot of misspelling, but I think it will still break down the even with misspelled action. So there's a to-do list, how to construct a bridge, gather necessary materials and tools, identify, design, clear, lay, assemble. You can drill down deeper and stronger and make a to-do list which is very detailed. But I want to warn you about this decomposition is not WBS. It's not the material for WBS. It's just a to-do list. So don't expect any miracle results from this document, from this tool, but it's very useful to start your day. For example, if you are having a bad day, bad morning, and you don't have the power and the will to keep the work, you are burned out, you're burnt. So You can start your day with breaking down your task in simple to-do list. And after you have it, just put it into the Slack or Trello or Jira, wherever you're keeping track of your projects. So I hope, guys, you like it. There are a lot of other instruments which is free of charge. I'm using it a lot. Okay, that's another document, and we have a couple of more minutes. I wanted to show you the Tom's Planner, which is also project management tool. I think it's free up to some points. Maybe if you want to save it, if you want to several project to have several project into it, it's online Gantt chart. Not the same as Microsoft Project. We all love and hate Microsoft Project, but okay, there's an AI assist. For example, your project is medical grade polymer production. You name the file, you ask the Tom's Planner to create Gantt chart. I'm not expecting some miracles, but it will ask some preliminary answers. So what products you are targeting with polymer production? Some scissors. I cannot spell right this word. And there is a regulatory standards. European. I'm not good with spelling. I hope it will understand what I'm trying to do. I'm expecting some Gantt chart which is filled with time frames, and it's a simple waterfall project. It's a good start. It's not the it will not replace you guys. It will not replace us as the project managers. So as you can see, there's a starting point where to start your Gantt chart preparation and assigning resources and making a timeline. I'm not telling you to use it blindly. It's not a good thing to use blindly without critical thinking. Okay, this was just a demonstration. And the last part, which I want to talk about today, is about this transcription. This on the screen you're seeing the Notion, the document, the program, the software. What's the difference between Notion and Zoom call, Teams call? For example, in Teams you have Copilot, in Zoom you have Assistant to make some minutes of meetings. But I think it's more than that, because you can dictate, you can voice down your thoughts, some presentations, some notes, some documents. You can just speak it out loud, and it will be recorded, and it's a good start, and you have a transcript. And if you are using it every day on your meeting, during your meetings, even offline meetings, I highly recommend you to make the notes on every meeting you are attending. Of course, you have to tell people that you are recording for your own purposes and you are transcribing. And if anybody deny what they are saying, you can open the transcript and say, okay, you said that, and you promised us to do that by that time. And from the beginning, people will be against it, but after some time, you will gain respect. After your approach will be useful, and everybody will see how good you are with AI. So that's my point. I will send you, and for example, this you can just input it in TYpst and prepare. Oh, sorry. Okay. Last thing, guys, before we finished. Okay. there is a actually when I teach a class, I make a transcription of what was covered in the class. And okay, let me replace the previous documents, previous information. Sorry, why it's not working? Okay. Because it's markdown notation and TYpst working with the other notation. I have to replace, if we have some time, I would fix it in like 1 minute and just it will be perfect. The fonts will be the same, the formatting, the numbering will be the same. So as you can see, I'm a big fan of these documents. I'm using it on everyday basis. I'm heavily using ChatGPT. I'm using Claude. I'm using Grok. I'm using Gemini, etc. Stuff like that. So that's my take. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have some question, we have some time. If you just, the organizer should lead this. Okay, I see the questions in the chat now.
Yeah, so Ernard, thank you for your presentation. Let me start sharing my screen. So I will just kind of switch to it. And yes, there is like questions in the chat. So if you can answer them, please. Ernard, can you answer chat questions in the chat?
Okay, first question from Turkan. I hope I pronounced in the correct way. For 30 minutes, the presenter was showing his documents, and that's not very helpful. How exactly? Okay, the second part, I try to, I'm just copying the code from the template, put it in the ChatGPT, copying the code from ChatGPT back to the TYpst, and that's it. I know it sounds complicated, it looks scary, but after you get your hands on it, it will be much easier, like in 2 days, if you keep learning, if you keep reading, etc. It will first it will slow you down. Like first week you will be slower than you were before, but after 1 week you will be fast as a flash, as a superhero. I hope that counts as an answer. Second question. In the demo, TYpst produced very professional formatting. There is a separate file in the TYpst environment where you can input all the logos, all your PMI chapters, all your corporate labels, brands, etc., and you can use it, and it will speed up your presentation like 20 times, because you will never have to worry about the fonts, the paragraphs, the margins, the spacing, etc. Yeah, we can customize the company's logo. That's the point. That's the whole point, to make your perfect documents and use it from day to day. Every time it's perfect result, because it's the same reports every week, but different content, but the same file, the same fonts, etc. Since you both use TYpst and Overleaf, where do you see AI adding most value? Cleaning and format. Okay, I'm in love with TYpst and Overleaf. They have separate part in my heart, because TYpst is more beautiful, but ChatGPT doesn't like TYpst. It's too young to be known, and Overleaf was created. Overleaf actually works on LaTeX. LaTeX was created in 1988, and since then there is a lot of huge deal of information about the code. So ChatGPT and Claude and Grok and all other GPTs, they're perfectly working with Overleaf, so you can choose your site, but choose carefully because you are gonna invest a lot of your free time, and from the beginning it will be hard. Like first week you will be puzzled, you will be slowed down, but I promise you in 1 week you will be just a big fan of Overleaf or Types. Either you choose one of them. And yeah, and AI lowered the adoption barrier. Tips on note taking, how to use note taking more effectively. You are using Joplin and Obsidian. Okay, I try to use Obsidian, but I'm too old for Obsidian. I don't like Obsidian. I know for me, Notion is better. I know these are not the same type of programs, but it's the same database. Notion is more synchronized and cloud-based, and there is a pro version which is 20, 25, 27 USD, which I'm paying every month. But for me, Notion is better, and saving some documents, saving some information, saving projects. Okay, leading my project in Notion. I recommend Notion. The other ones, I'm not capable to advise on that. Yeah, that were the questions, Nurhat.
Okay, thank you, Ernar. So we still have time for one more question. So anybody wants to ask like the last question before we finish out this webinar? Okay, yes, so I think in the chat there is a question. Yeah. So Ernar.
Cognition and thinking process. Okay, the whole point of Types and Overleaf to leave the time for thinking and cognitive part, because you don't have to spend a lot of time on formatting and numbering and heading and fonts and margins, etc., and preparation of the page setup and thinking how it's more beautiful, and checking if the fonts the same in every part of the documents. So you are putting more effort into the content. In my opinion, this is work for me. Two things that work for me. First of all, I'm not very in details person. I can read the text and I cannot see the errors because I'm concentrating on the content. It's not because I'm not grammarly educated. It's part of my hardwired brain. I don't know why. So ChatGPT is fixing my inability to see some mispunctuation, misspelling, etc., which greatly decrease the quality of the documents. Okay, the first part. The second part, why I like Overleaf and Types. I'm very lazy. I'm a very lazy person. Sometimes I cannot force myself to work, and I enjoy a lot of working with ChatGPT and Types. So if I have some task to do, the documents, presentation, report, letter, status report, progress report, I introduce myself. I interest myself by advertising the effort that I will include during production of the document, because in Word you can. I hate Word, Excel, so I'm using TYpst. I'm learning TYpst. I'm enjoying communicating with ChatGPT and preparing the documents, concentrating on the content, not concentrating on the formatting, etc. So that will increase my productivity by mere attracting me to the computer, because if I prepare in the same document in Word, I might not do it because I hate Word. So that's the second reason to start thinking about TYpst and Overleaf. Yeah, that was my take on this question.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Bernard. So I guess like that was the last question for today. So let me kind of finalize this presentation by introducing the PDU code. Yes. So this is like course identifier and PDU claim code that you need to enter on PMI's website. Yes, so copy that. Oops, I'm sorry. I want to maybe copy it. Okay, guys, let me copy it and put it to the chat so that maybe I think it's gonna be better.
I think the best way if you just use your cell phone and photograph it right now.
Yeah, that's kind of another possibility. Yeah. So like for attending this webinar, kind of get a PDU code for this webinar so that you can support your PMP certification or any other certifications. Yes. So when I'm kind of appointing this PDU claim code, I usually like trying to do it for all certifications. So there is like, okay, and let me introduce the upcoming events. So hopefully everyone copied it or made like a photo. So upcoming events is we have this annual conference on October 9th. Yes, so it's going to be quite soon at the beginning of next month. So check our LinkedIn announcements or emails that we are sending periodically as a project team. Then we will have next webinar that would be the last September. It's going to be also Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. I will send announcement via email and also on LinkedIn page. So it will be, the presenter would be Farnasa Brun. So the topic would be my AI journey with practical project applications. So she will talk, first she wanted to talk more about like technical AI stuff, but then she said like, it's better to kind of relate it to my personal experience so that it's better for the audience. Yes, so this will be last week of September, Tuesday, from 5 to 6 p.m. I will make announcement on LinkedIn and send email later on, maybe during this week or next week. Okay, so there was a message in the chat. Well, we don't need volunteers for the PMI annual conference right away, but if you're interested, we're kind of happy to have more volunteers. So write me a message via LinkedIn or through email. Yes, so I was kind of sending the link for today's meeting. So this is my email. Send me like a separate email and we can kind of think where you can volunteer if you want during the annual conference. Okay, so I think that's the end of today's webinar. Thank you for coming. And if you have questions, send me like email, or you can also use LinkedIn chapters page. Okay, so let me stop sharing and stop the recording.